We got our windows down, driving down the 405, sing along to the radio.
Look at that poor puppy. He's trying to get out. You can see his nose there. He's so sad. I feel so horrible. But I'm running to get the peroxide now. We can get him bathed up. All the cats like, what are you doing in our house there, buddy? We want to come in. I had to feed them out here this morning. Our grass is getting so long already, and Corey just mowed it. Oh my goodness. Poor Eclipse. So I wasn't planning on going out today, but because Eclipse got sprayed by a skunk last night, I have to go get some peroxide and some baking soda. If you're curious, we've had many dogs out in the country, and they pretty much all got sprayed by skunks. The only thing that got rid of the skunk smell, and we tried everything, was a quart of peroxide, quarter cup of baking soda, and like a teaspoon of dish soap. And it works like a charm. It does dye your dog a little bit if you leave it on too long. You're supposed to leave it on for like 5 to 7 minutes to get it to neutralize everything. So that's what we're gonna do today. I'm running to get the peroxide now. Oh my gosh, every time our dogs get sprayed, it's at freaking midnight. And I cannot bathe the dog at midnight. I was so tired. What we did was we just took some Dawn outside. We bathed him down with that, rinsed him off the best we could, and that's all we could do last night. So they say to do this treatment right away, right after. But every time our dogs have gotten sprayed by a skunk, we always waited the next day because it's at midnight, and I'm not bathing my dog at midnight. And we've always waited till the next morning to do it, and it still works pretty well. There's still a residual light skunk smell afterwards, but nothing you can't handle. Like, you can have your dog in the house and you don't really smell it unless you're like right up in his face giving him a kiss or something, which I won't be doing. So I'm not real worried about that. This deer is racing me down the road. What is wrong with you, dear? That's what I get to do this morning. It's so much fun. So now I am heading to Target to pick up some stuff. And like I said, I wasn't planning on making this trip, but I was going to pick up a couple other things that I needed at Target. And then I wanted to talk to you guys while we're just traveling on the road about, I don't know if you guys remember me talking about that 1-day streak that started my app streak all over from tracking. And I love seeing that 15-day streak, 15-day streak, 16-day streak. I love seeing that. It just motivates me to keep, not break the streak, so keep tracking. I called the 1-800 number, the helpline, and asked her, it took her a while to answer, but I asked her, I said, what are the reasons that these things come up? Like, why would you have a 16-day streak and it start over at 1, even though you are still tracking? And she said there's several reasons that can happen. If you track on your computer and not on your phone, that can start over your streak. They need to fix that, because I totally disagree with that. Some people track on both. They don't only track on one, but they need to fix that. And then another reason is if you come back and track later in the day after, how when you go in the breakfast, you're on breakfast and you track and breakfast is automatically picked. Well, if lunch is automatically picked and you're tracking late and then you just track breakfast later, then that can happen, she said too, which is really dumb, I think. I think if it's in the same day, call it a streak. And then another reason it can happen is if you wait till the next day and then go back and track yesterday's food, that can happen. And I don't remember doing any of those because I'm usually really good about tracking right away. I don't know why that happened, and then with I used to use whipping cream in my coffee, and now I've been using half and half. So I'm saving a point there because I use usually a tablespoon of whipping cream, or half and half, in my coffee, and I'm saving a point there. That is pretty much it. I'm going to be getting on the freeway pretty soon here, so I will probably let you guys go. Oh, I know what I was going to tell you too. That watermelon that you saw I think I put it on my Facebook, but I think I also took a picture of it. We harvested a watermelon and we harvested it too early. When we tasted it, it was really, really juicy, and it was watermelon-y flavored. I mean, watermelon-y feeling, but it wasn't watermelon-y flavored. So we did eat some of it, and then we just tossed the rest in the compost pile. In the compost pile right now, we have a tomato growing, we have potatoes growing, and we have something else growing. Oh, kale. We have all of that growing in our compost pile right now, and I'm not sure how the kale got started, but yeah, it's kind of funny. So we're gonna leave them go and see how far they can go. But yep, okay, I'm gonna get up on the freeway here, and we will talk to you guys very, very soon. Well, I'll see you in, like, for you, it's gonna be seconds. 1 quart, 3% hydrogen peroxide, a 1/4 cup baking soda, vinyl gloves, and some dish soap. So what you do is you put this in a bowl, add the dish soap to it, mix it up, and lastly add 1/4 cup of the baking soda right before you put it on your dog. Wear gloves, because if you don't, you'll be sorry. Now it's waiting for 6 minutes for Eclipse. He's not happy about that, are you, buddy? You're just not happy about that. We found where the main spray was right in front of his chest. It's all yellow. So we got that really well. Cat's like, what's going on? That's our big mess. We have 1 more bottle of peroxide. We're going to rinse them off really well, let them dry, and then smell where we are from there. We might need to bathe them again. Crying his eyes open. Now the cat has him distracted. You done with your crying now, Eclipse? Dog washing station. It definitely helps because it keeps him in place. So after giving Eclipse a bath, I was really, really hungry. It is 11:30 right now. So I'm having 3 of the turkey sausages, 2 eggs, 1 teaspoon of olive oil. So that's 4 points. Plus I have 5 points in a coffee here from Starbucks. I had to wait for the order pickup, so I'm like, listening to my book. I'm listening to The Good Girl. It's a super good book so far. Having some watermelon for a snack. I'm sorry. My daughter was on the phone with me while I was eating, so I had to take a picture of this real quick and film. I just boiled some of those little round potatoes, and then I fried up some ground turkey, 99% fat-free, with like a teaspoon of oil in there, and I put a bunch of spices in there like garlic, chili flakes, chili powder, cumin, paprika, and then I put a little bit of beef broth in there, and I reduced that down, and then I just let it sit there until the potatoes were done, and then I took the potatoes out, drained them, smashed them just a little bit with a potato masher, put some of that beef over the top and then cheese over the top of that, stuck it in an oven 350 for about 15 minutes, 10 minutes maybe even, until the cheese is melted, and took them back out, and it was so good, you guys. It was really, really good. And that's what we had for dinner tonight, because I wanted something fast and easy, because, oh man, I just had a long, stinky day today with that dog, so this is just what I decided to have, and it was very good. Having a Fit and Active ice cream bar for dessert tonight. 5 points. I had 3 points of these tiny pretzels. They're the cheddar. So that was 1 ounce of those for 3 smart points. Good evening, guys. It is 9:30 on Tuesday, the 20th. And we're going into the Weight Watchers app here. And I've got for breakfast coffee as normal, 3 sausage turkey brat or sausages, 2 eggs. That's pretty much been my normal breakfast lately as well. Fresh watermelon again for lunch because, you know, I was giving dogs a bath. Technically, I didn't even eat this until like 3 o'clock in the afternoon because I didn't have breakfast until noon. So we kind of skipped breakfast and had lunch, and then I just wanted to get some tracking in on lunch, so I get my 5 points for tracking it. And then for dinner, we had cooked potatoes, those little tiny little potatoes, and I smushed them down. I just took my potato masher after I boiled them and got them soft. I smushed them with a potato masher, put a little bit of cheese on it, 1/2 ounce of cheese on my portion of it, and I fried up some turkey with some spices like cumin and paprika, some pepper flakes, and I think garlic powder, that sort of seasoning, chili powder, and I fried that all up, added a little bit of beef broth to it, and kind of fried it down. What do you call that? Reduced it. Oh my goodness. So I reduced that, and then I put the taco meat over the potatoes, put them in the oven with the cheese on top, and cook them again. And it was so delicious because I was not sure what I wanted for dinner, but that was a pretty low point dinner. I mean, 4, 5, 6, 7 points wasn't bad at all. And then for snack, we had, well, I had a Starbucks sweet cream with no sweeteners in it, and I just added my own stevia, so that brought it to 5 points because I did get a venti. And then I had the orange sorbet ice cream bar for 5, and that leaves me with 7 points to roll over. However, I did have some pretzels for 3. So I have 4 points to roll over, which is exactly what I wanted. I forgot to put my reserve in my snack, so I'm going to have to do that for tomorrow. And then, yeah, dinner was really good. And that is all I have for you today. Eclipse is definitely smelling better, so we'll see what tomorrow brings. Thanks for watching today, guys. We will talk to you guys tomorrow, and I will be doing a weigh-in on Thursday, so don't miss that. We'll see you tomorrow, guys. Bye-bye.
We're gonna make it someday. Nothing's gonna get in our way. We will be the biggest band in town. Round and round the world we'll go, putting on the greatest show. So make sure that you don't miss out, just be there. We're taking our shot, what you got. We're going all the way to the top.